Okay guys, it is lunchtime here in Calgary and I am pulling out one of these, everybody's favorite ramen, right? Because it's affordable and frankly, like I've been to the grocery store and if you're looking through your Flip app or something like that, you're looking through these grocery prices, it's insane. Like I've been buying ramen because like groceries are unaffordable right now. Now, I want to explain to you guys why things cost so much, and it has a lot to do with this guy right here. Now, he said something this morning that on the campaign trail that just shows that he is so out of touch with rising grocery prices, and I can guarantee you this guy has not eaten one of these things in a while. So why do things cost so much? So I want to explain to you in very basic terms economic policy and monetary policy. So this guy here has spent a lot of your money over the last several years. Many of you really haven't benefited from it, but he's actually increased Canada's debt. He spent so much money in his time as Prime Minister. I think the amount of money that he's spent, your money that he's spent, is more than I think every other Prime Minister in Canadian history combined, or something like that. It's a huge number. Now, where's that money coming from? Because he's spending more than Canada, that the Canadian government makes in revenue, right? So that's economic policy. That the government's policy, broadly speaking, the budget is economic policy. But then there's something else called monetary policy, and that's governed by the Bank of Canada. So monetary policy includes things like interest rates for the Central Bank of Canada, but also the amount of what we call liquidity or cash in the system. So in recent years, in the last recent months, particularly during the pandemic, the Bank of Canada has decided to, as part of its monetary policy, print money, like just print it. So, I mean, think about this, like if you make money by selling your labor at a job or making something and selling it, you have to produce something in order to get some return on it, right? That's the general principle. But the Bank of Canada has just been printing money. So what happens, think about this, if you printed a bunch of money and you didn't really, like let's say, please don't do this because it's illegal, but if you printed money, right, and you didn't have any sort of anything to back it, what ends up happening is that if you were to put that in the system, let's say this ramen, it's going to increase because there's more money in the system chasing the same amount of goods. And this is a principle that we call, it's the increasing cost of goods is called inflation. And inflation is often related to monetary policy, okay? I want you to listen to what this guy just said, like moments ago. I was watching this, preparing my ramen because of the increasing cost of groceries. And I listened to him say, listen to this. Okay, so he's being asked about monetary policy in the Bank of Canada on the campaign trail, like moments ago.
There's some talk of allowing the Bank of Canada to make some tweaks to the mandate to give it a little bit more flexibility to tolerate higher inflation, so it could, help stimulate the economy a little bit more in this very difficult time. Do you have a position on the mandate? Would you support a slightly higher tolerance for inflation?
I don't know. When I think about the biggest, most important economic policy this government, if re-elected, would move forward, you'll forgive me if I don't think about monetary policy.
What? What are you talking about? Come on. Like, okay, does he not understand that the amount of money, your money that he's spending, it has a direct correlation with how the Bank of Canada and monetary policy thinks about things? Forgive me if I don't think about this. It's your job. You should be thinking about inflation. What is he thinking? He's certainly not thinking about this because that's what all of us are eating right now. We're all eating ramen because this guy, who I'm sure has some very lovely steak dinners, I don't know, he might be vegan, whatever, power to him, but I have to say, he's not thinking about this. He just said it. He's not thinking about it. He's not thinking about how increasing the size of Canada's debt and deficit is causing inflation. And I just explained to you what inflation is. Inflation means you are eating ramen instead of having a nice burger this weekend. Like, on. We've had years under this guy, years. And is your life better for it? I don't think so. Come on. Come on. He's on the campaign trail. This is crazy. I am going to go have my ramen and think about fiscal policy and economic policy and monetary policy and all sorts of things that I think about. I'm going to talk to my constituents this afternoon because I'm hearing this on the door day after day on the campaign trail. Why do I have to eat this every day? Because this guy can't think about anything. Working hard for you. Share this video. Have a great